Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name's Grace. Howdy. This is Rainy Dog. He is a good boy. He is the best boy. Don't you ever forget, because it is.
It's scientifically proven.
Thank you. That is true. That is true. Could it possibly have anything to do with his owner?
Thanks for the concern, but I got laid 3 weeks ago.
Not where I was going with this. What's interesting about today is it's actually my birthday. Hi, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. You guys shouldn't do that, but I appreciate the sentiment. If you guys follow me, then you're cool or not cool. What are you doing with your time? In celebration of the feat that is grinding through another year, I think I should celebrate the only way I know how. That is with a cold one. That is fresh. This week is going to be a little different because the past couple episodes have either been anti-flag centric or Ronnie Radke centric, and I don't want that to be a pattern on my show. So this one is going off the rails and has nothing to do with current events because it is my birthday, like I said, and I am a selfish little witch. What would be fun? What would be the most productive to do with my day would be to go over something from my childhood. Something so specific from my childhood that it is quite literally from my childhood. I may have been rummaging through the storage unit the other day and came across a sample disc. These were like gold, as you can tell. I treated it like such. If you open our little panel here, you can see we already got a catalog. We're already selling shit, baby. If you weren't on the Victory Records bandwagon as a kid, this little bulldog was their mascot. Don't be deceived. They are not cute and cuddly, nor are they protective of the things that they cherish the most, being their bands. Atreyu, Silverstein, Hawthorne Heights, Aiden, June, The Audition, The Black Maria, Darkest Hour, Action Act, John, Bayside. So many bands that were staples of the music scene and bands that helped kick off the genre that is emo, screamo, metal, core. A lot of those bands and bases were covered by the Victory Records catalog, and Victory Records tried really hard to make sure that you were part of their ecosystem. They wanted to be like the Nintendo of Warped Tour bands, fueled by ramen, exploited, cutesy, pop punk, alternative indie acts. Then you have Victory Records that exploits screamo and metalcore bands. Today we will be watching the Victory Show episode 6, and I would not be surprised if these are a better quality of music video than what is currently uploaded to the YouTube. Because I don't know who is in charge of the uploads. I guess this is on the band's channel themselves. But the quality here is so fucking trash. I don't believe it's actually 480p. Maybe if we go to the source, maybe if we put in this classic good physical media, then maybe we'll finally get the quality, the connection that we've been longing for in the music scene. Maybe I will recapture something from my youth. Maybe aging doesn't have to hurt so badly. Let's see if I have rose-tinted goggles on, or am I just dead? It's just like a marking of a day that you were forced to take life. The day that you were forced to breathe in this world. I don't know, maybe you'll get something out of this episode. Maybe we can grow together, and maybe we can keep that fire burning, the fire inside, but they're not on this record label. Oh boy, wow. Can you shut the fuck up, Silverstein? Is this not actually an episode of Vic TV? This is just gonna be a bunch of music videos? That's okay. It would be fun to watch some classic music videos and give our opinions on them. Let's rate them. Let's start with one of my absolute favorites. Right off the bat, I love the iMovie scratch filters. I want to make it look like an old 1920s. It is a good way to mask the fact that you are shooting with cheap DVC cameras. I personally love Action. I think they are a weird, moody electronica band with like a poppy edge to them. Beautiful, like mixing of that 1980s mood while bringing like their own edgy rock emo-ness. Okay, the direction of this music video is a little cheesy. I get what's going on here. He's singing in cobwebs. It's like his mind. His mind is very drug-like right now, and he's trying to work through that chaos, that pain, and he's kind of struggling with it. He's lacking a balance in his life. And then this woman is just seducing him. Is she the drug that he is taking in this situation that we have here? She's definitely trying to fornicate with her eyes, and I say, ma'am, how dare you do that without wearing glasses? They are the safety condom for the eyes. Protect those around you. What if someone catches a stray look? What if some stranger walks into this bar, you do a natural glance over, but you don't break that eye fuck stare, that lock in, and you switch over and you look at the other person, and now they're feeling feelings that you didn't necessarily intend for them to feel. All I'm saying is stares like this are best done in the privacy of one's own home. Try and get someone pregnant over here. He's seduced by it. Oh, he wants it. The director was like, this woman is making love to you and you're going for every second of it. This bar that they got a chance to shoot in, is this a fully functioning bar that they're shooting in? Is this an American band? Is he wearing a Slytherin uniform? My question does become like, how does Victory Record present their artists? To me, this band is actually a smartly written techno pop group in the vein of LCD Sound System, sometimes in the vein of like Inner Party System. I don't know, like 80s callback to Joy Division, to New Order, to the dark wave moments of that era. But the presentation of them, making every band these emo heartthrob kings, whether it's by choice or their own choice, giving them a haircut that is very reminiscent of My Chemical Romance, while doing a lot of imagery that worked really well for them. I just have to question, is Victory Records presenting this band in the best? Is she just orgasming from sitting down? And when you watch their other music video where they're astronauts and it's like goofier, that tone feels a lot more controlled and it feels a lot more genuine to what this band is on record and how they read on record. This music video does feel entirely false and not true to them. An oddly toned music video. There's a lot of weird sexual stuff in a lot of these earlier bands. Will that be a theme? Is that something we should look out for? Should we be more concerned with the audience that we were cultivating and the message we were presenting towards them? I do not know. These are just questions I ask myself late into the night when no one else is around but my wife. I could wake her up. I don't want to. I'm too busy thinking about Victory Records. F***ing 20 years later, not much has changed. Are any of these bands still active? Menu. Give me some Silverstein. Let's go menu. Menu, please. This is Idols of March, the Julius Caesar song, if I remember correctly. Julius Caesar, interesting figure. What does Silverstein have to say about it? I don't know, but I like the bass line. Next video, let's go. Knife, blood, nightmare. There's a knife, there's blood, and you're having a nightmare. The nightmare consists of knife and blood. Personally, my nightmares are a little more vivid. They're a little more details. They're more about interpersonal struggles. Aiden has ties to the Seattle area, for they are a Seattle-ish band. They were kind of propped up to be like a heavier My Chemical Romance, like how My Chem presents himself on their very first album in their like On Our Lady Sorrows, or like, you know, the heavier cuts there. Gothier, rock, edgy, dark, gritty, dangerous musical groups, but the music, I feel itself, doesn't really hold up, and it's not really a band I enjoy going back to. They did try to evolve. They try to be more synth poppy, more like Action really, but it didn't really work out for them, and I think they ended the band with their last record simply titled Knives. That last record was more edgier, rockier, heavier like these previous ones have been. And Nightblood Nightmare is the first track off their second album. This is their second album on Victory Records. This is their first debut presentation of what this album is. Oh, looks like I was wrong. It looks like they've been a little active. What the fuck did they make in 2022? Is this the same Aiden? So this might be a case of a band having the same name as another band and then them just throwing it in with them. Like quite literally doing Joy Division covers. Interesting. Weird how Joy Division really influenced like an entire generation of millennials that were slightly older than me. And now I'm sort of getting into the dark wave and absorbing a lot of the dark wave bands. Like I really like Dancing Plague, Sisters of Mercy, stuff like that. I've been really enjoying lately. Bajas. It's interesting to see that a lot of the bands that I was presented, that I was absorbing in my youth, were influenced by the very music that I would just end up listening to. I gotta say, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Buzzcocksy and 70s, early 80s UK punk, and I enjoy those aspects. So I don't know. But that was like 12 years ago. We're not there. We're here. This is Knife Blood Nightmare. Is there audio there? What do you guys hear something? Hold on, let me turn this shit up. Honestly, do not know how to interpret that. Don't know. There's water, there was a face, and then there's a little audio noise, and I don't know what it said. I just don't know what it said. I think the main thing that really holds this band back is that his voice is just god-awful. He can't really sing on key or on tune. He has really good energy. Best thing about him is his endless abundance to just sing and scream and move. On record, that chaoticness is more grating than enjoyable, and I like annoying music. One of my favorite bands to ever exist is Choking Victim. I would never accuse them of being great singers, but I do think there is a point where it can detract from the music you're actually making, and sometimes Aiden gets there. Aiden pushes it just a little much. We have a woman who's sleeping and she's having these dreams of these masks. The song is stating, describing how you'll be stabbed in your neck and bleeding from your chest. He's describing basically someone dreaming of their own murder, and that's pretty intense. That's pretty scary. Whether it's a dream that Will has had himself, I do not know. Genuinely love the coordination here. A pink wristband with a pink microphone and the pink eyeshadow. It's very powerful and it makes a statement. It says, we are metal and gothy, but we're also queer friendly. If you're a little gay, we are cool with that. I mean, that was a message I took as a kid. A lot of these bands, they would either take themselves too seriously, dressed in only black, and would provide kind of a militant persona, or they would wink wink not give a fuck and just play the shit out of their songs, trying to probably just get fucked up every night as their goal, but being inviting and inclusive to whomever wanted to see them at their shows. There is an approachability in these bands that I felt as a kid, and probably is what attracted me to them at that point. I'm just curious. Doing this for my own personal curiosity, okay? Almost exactly a year later. Interesting. And that's when the music video was released. It charted on the Billboard Alternative at number 4. It charted on the US Pop at 64, and it was actually on the Hot 100 at 86. Not really cracking it, but still really good for a tiny punk emo band. I just have one more question, I would love to look into. Oh, that's interesting. The album was actually released long before any of the songs were released as singles. The first single was in September, and the album was released in June, so it didn't really pick up or get attention until later. Anyway, my question is right here. 3 at platinum. I just think it's interesting that we have this emo punk pop group from Jersey comes out with this song, this scrappy little underdog story about how they're not okay. They're playing in a garage. They have long black hair. They're all wearing suit and tie uniforms, and I can't help. Perhaps the 3 million records sold in the United States factors in somewhat to the decisions made with how Victory Records chooses bands and how Victory Records presents its bands. Also good to note that Victory Records does enjoy trapping these bands, taking these little tiny bands when they're tiny baby little angels, grab them down, bring them to earth, prep them up and say, you will be our band and you will give us 5 albums. Regardless of how big you grow, regardless of how big we push you, you will give us those albums and we will probably pay you the same and not maybe give you the royalties for the album that you deserve. Let's just say there's been a lot of controversy with Victory Records, and Aiden specifically have had issues with them themselves. So it is not too outlandish to say that perhaps sometimes Victory Records deals in shady business, where making money and pushing these bands out as hard as they can is the only thing that matters, and the musical integrity, the actual presentation, the identity that the bands build themselves is not evocative of how they're being sold. All of that was long-winded to say when I see this band in a garage playing in all black, when I see Action in the video before playing in prep suits with similar haircuts, when I see makeup done in a similar fashion to what Mike Hem did in that video, it's very easy to me to connect that line. And I think it would be false of us to attribute everything to the bands themselves. And I think it's important to try and dissect what is the band genuinely presenting themselves and the music they made, what is the facade that Victory Records is giving them. I like that the drum carpet back here is a big blood spot, or at least they try to cut in a blood spot. I think that's really fun. Maybe he is wearing a shirt that was copywritten and they're like, well, we can't shoot you in that shirt, buddy, but we don't have an alternative shirt for you. So you just splatter blood on it. I think those are all good calls. One thing you can say about Aiden is they are putting everything they have into this performance. It's just not a good song, and they're just not a very good band, but they're a very compelling band. Did we get a story element? She's in the bed. She's having a really bad nightmare. He's screaming in my face. Thank you, Will. Get out my face now. Beautiful red drape and a window. Is this? It was too close to tell, but smoke was going out of it, and that set her into a fit. We're having a little bit of a fit in bed. It's tough for me to sleep too. Are there horsies here? Is this a horse barn? Mask is crying now. We got blood coming out. She has entered the dreamscape, and once you're in the dreamscape, things get pretty sad. Oh, now we're serenading. Now we're singing. Now he is the seductive voice in her ear. You can read, it says The Smiths. No punk band listens to The Smiths. What are you doing? She just dies, or she didn't die? She runs away. Girl, get out there. You don't need to be there. So that's basically that video. I'm very curious if this pattern of like my chem imagery will continue. We're going to switch it up now. We're going to go from edgy, rough screamo boys to pretty preppy, the softer side of Victory Records. Victory Records had two sides. You have the darker, edgier, rough metal side. Then you have like the cutesy punk side. You have the Audition, being all like, I love you and whatnot. Singing songs about love. I like them. Okay, there is a lot to love in this music video. Oh, I can move this. There's a lot to love in this music video. Just start off. He has like the flippiest hair. This is where you tell the Audition is not like other Victory Records bands in that they are not wearing black. Why are you back over there? I put you over here. Not a single one of them is wearing black. And in fact, they are wearing polo shirts with a collar pop. These are the boys you can bring home to mom and dad. This is a concert that you could actually go to with your friends and they wouldn't object too much for it. And I think the message of this band, of this song, to not conform, to not be like other people is important, especially with the influences that we have seen thus far in these videos. The youth of today, ironically, walking into the Scene Factory now is the Scene Factory Victory Records meat grinder for the bands that they pump out. There is a good amount of irony in this video from a band on this record label, but I also understand where Victory Records was at this point in time, that they were presenting themselves as the alternative label, the kinds of people that only you alone in your bedroom, only you will connect to it. Here, this video, the thesis of it is that black is not good. Black is conformity, and this band is bright and colorful despite the weird green tinted filter. This band will not be brought down by your moody negativity. I love how you can tell that they're friends. They feel like a band that played together in high school, and this is just them performing. Like, they've known each other forever, and they're just comfortable being around each other. And I can't deny that there is an attractive appeal to the fun they're having. That's why in like the late 2000s, we started to get like 303 and the Fueled by Ramen era, sugary and neon-like. It was a contrast to the dark moodiness that we had been living in. So this video feels slightly ahead of the curve. The sheer like bullying and hatred that the emo aesthetic brought onto people. I love this girl. Hold on. This is a big reveal. So the power of their music, so good, so optimistic, so hopeful that it brings color to these kids that they just explode with enthusiasm. It's like a transformation scene. Do you see it? Do you feel the color? It's building in, and he is using the power of his voice to break through the barriers that we have created for ourselves in the music scene. And that's why I think they are so powerful as a band. I love this girl. With the Moreau piercing, pearl necklace she's wearing with a matching popped collar Hollister shirt. Why is that a thing? Why did you want your collar popped? Even this girl, she's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I like the black. I'm more comfortable like this. She looks worse. Oh, whoa. We're losing control. Oh, baby, we're losing control. Fun. They're having so much fun. Ooh, and the security guard's like, no more fun. Can't have any more fun here. But you can't stop it. You can't stop it. The music is too powerful. I rate that one a jam it. That one is a full jam it from the audition over here. Not much else to say there. Let's go into a classic. Probably the first time some of you heard screaming in your life. The first time vocals, so rough, so intense. Oh, rest in peace. Was his name Casey? There's just like so much lore, and I try to keep it straight in my head, but you just can't. You're gonna fail sometimes, and sometimes you sound dumb. Sometimes you're confidently speaking about a band and you say something completely off and completely wrong. That's why I have no shame in looking things up. And if you just assume that I'm wrong in my opinions are wrong, then we're doing okay. So this was the first time I definitely heard screamo. And to me, this was some of the hardest shit I had ever heard. I don't know, I guess I was listening to like System of a Down and Rise Against, but that's not screaming, that's more yelling. But here we have pure, unfiltered, unadulterated, just energy. He looks like he has some shit to say. So I'm gonna let him take it away and I'm gonna listen.
Hey there, I know I can't make it on my own. Check out my wrist and black my eyes.
I believe they're doing a thing. So they're trying to do a thing with their album cover. They're trying to connect it for some reason. So they're trying to do this weird thing where they're connecting the album cover. This little girl's here. They're in this old, looks like a LA house. It looks like an old Los Angeles house. I don't know. Maybe it's an old Ohioan house. I think the biggest thing that this song has going against it is the mixing of the vocals. I find the vocals to be on 3 different planes and none of them are with the actual song itself. I think that problem is consistent throughout their entire first album. Something that brings it down with just compression that just kills it the second he stops singing, that it feels like the 3 voices are not working in tandem together. That really holds it back because I like the progression of the song. I like how the guitars bounce, and sure, the lyrics are a little funny, which is how over dramatic he is about everything, but I think that over dramatization is true to kind of that scrappy emotional feeling that they're trying to push. This definitely isn't my favorite track off of this album. I think it just has that hook that makes you perk up and listen to it. Plus they have the cool Gibson guitars, the SG. Every band had the SG at this point, have the pointy sides to it. He's also singing and performing in a way that seems very uncharacteristic and unnatural to how they perform live as a band. It feels like they're trying to be a little harder edge than what they care to play. I think Nikki FM is actually a little more representative of them as a band, and I think that music video is a lot more fun. This one doesn't have anything to offer besides some cool rooms that they're filming in, and then once again with that old filter they love. Oh, did she just turn into a woman? Did she just Jessica Rabbit her way into a fully grown woman? Woo! Whoop. Fully grown, baby. Once again, putting on that cheap iMovie filter. Don't mind it. I think it gives a cool vibe. Doesn't she turn into an old lady by the end? Hold on. Old lady! I was right. She was a little girl. She grew up. Now she's old. It really makes you wonder. Granny, you're fucking killing it. As far as I'm concerned, she's the star of the show. I do not even know who the this band is, so I'm just gonna give it a listen. I'm gonna give it a listen. I did not think that when I clicked on this music video, I would be seeing some blurred out vampire titties. Why are her face popping out of her mouth? This is what I'm saying about Victory Records just weirdly putting in sexuality for really no reason. Bands feel like they're part of a category. Either you're part of this metal, rock, skeevy, beer drinking, Satan having, tits out music group, a sad emo, screamo band, or you're a soft, preppy, poppy rock band. These are the three categories that Victory Records has for you, and you may fulfill whichever one you deem necessary, but you will have the things, the imagery, the production that we associate with those genres. I do not think they're doing these bands justice because this song admits like shit. Okay, trying to find an image that isn't our beautiful leading actress over here. This is an interesting group of guys. We're wearing all black. There's pentagrams. There's a lot going on in this video, and there's a lot to appreciate. There's a lot to like. I'm feeling this girl's struggles. I hate when I find myself laying on the floor in the middle of a pentagram, not knowing what's going on, and like all I want to do is just not be on the floor, but my head hurts, or I'm scared, or there's the fire scaring me. So I just sit there and I'm panicked and it's frightening. And these guys are just yelling at me. What do they want? What f***ing office job do they all have where they got together and made this band? Whoa, singing. There's like 100 bands like this on Victory Records, and you got to be f***ing great like Darkest Hour, or you're not gonna be remembered. Whatever you want. If you're into Hawthorne Heights, we got you. If you want fucking metal with tits, baby, we got you. Daddy Victory Records got you covered.
Is this what you wanted? With your moons, I know you know what I thought.
Yes, the music video is just Stand By Me. It's a recreation Stand By Me with the band playing in a very cool spot with lights behind them. We got a cool flare going on. June is amidst of the audition with some members wearing color. No collars pop. They're wearing t-shirts though. Lead singer in a black t-shirt. They're finding a balance between the two audiences, but we know that they fit firmly in that audition category. This album maintains and still is one of my absolute favorite drops that Victory Records has ever put out, and probably one of the strongest albums from their entire lineup. I've spoken about them before. There's nothing to say about the June, but the Junior Varsity, they're interesting. They're a different type of band. What are they up to?
Treat me like I'm not supposed to. Raise your flags but keep your distance. Still and scared. I feel right at home in my town.
I really feel no point into talk over the ones I like, because it's like, yeah, the song fucking kicks ass. This band really rolls. This album's good. They're just guys jamming in the city. Maybe it's because they are on the East Coast and Victory Records is probably a West Coast based record label, or I don't know, but it just feels like Junior Varsity had a little more control over their image, and this feels a little more genuine to who they are as people and representative of the band, and it's shot well. The song quality is good. I like his bass guitar. Good song, and there's not much else to say. Total jam at Junior Varsity. Check them out. We come to the follow-up of Hawthorne Heights in the sense that they were slightly harder, with slightly more screaming, faster in their songs, but they still had that cute, soft edge to them that was approachable. More singing than you heard screaming. They're still vaguely emo. There's still a little bit of fun to have. There's red in the veins. He has blonde in his veins. We're not taking ourselves too seriously here. They got a mansion. We got Clue going on in the background. Why do they look so old? Why do all these guys look so old in this band? Did they make them dye their hair like this to be more seen? SG, we got red SG. Everybody take a drink. Shane's screens are at least better than Hawthorne Heights, and their albums are produced a lot better than Hawthorne Heights. I think discovering the waterfront was a moment of discovery for a lot of people in the type of music that they would go on to enjoy and the type of music that they would consume. I can see a very clean line from Silverstein to Under Oath to The Devil Wears Prada to August Burns Red to Parkway Drive, and then you progressively just get harder and just better musicianship as you go along. Silverstein maybe kind of blows now, maybe trying a little too hard to be making rock anthems. This album, this video will always have an important and impactful place in my heart. Oh, look at him playing. Look at him fucking just riffing away. He's just riffing away. Total jam it for Silverstein. We're almost done. We got 2 more, everybody. Don't know who this is, but we're almost done and I'm really hungry.
You picked out your favorite dress with those eyes that you throw me in those eyes.
And then you get weird bands like this where it feels like a reminiscent holdover of the 90s, like something anachronistic with the other music videos that we've seen. There's a color palette to this, a tone, a goofiness to this. We were in a very serious moment. It was post 9/11. And after all, scary times for everyone. And I don't think it works because it feels cheap and it doesn't feel genuine and the song's not good enough to carry through. If you're gonna do a wacky video, if you're gonna be crazy with it, then the song itself has to be such an astronomical banger that people look past the goofy persona. Hello Goodbye was like a weird, jokey, fun, quirky band. And then at one point they tried to be more serious and they made a more grounded album. Didn't have as intense bleep bloops as their previous offering, like Shimmy Shimmy Quarter Turn, baby. I actually think that this is probably a really good showcasing of what I mean, where you can be a goofy band. See, same time period. So you can be a goofy band and not take yourself seriously, but the song and the production is so incredibly stellar that it surpasses the goofiness that you're presenting. It would be nice if I could see it. That's true. It would be nice if I could see what was happening, but the point is they're goofy and the song's really good. There's such a good energy to them. You can't deny that the song and the band is like enjoyable beyond that fun gimmicky music video. What a stupid name. Spitalfeild. All right. Oh, they're still playing shows. Look at them. See, they're just like a chill dad rock band. Oh yeah, Ohio's for Lovers in 2023. Let's go. Oh, I didn't know he started wearing glasses. Is that Tom DeLonge? They have Tom DeLonge playing with them? Oh, Zubin. Oh, we're not doing the screams. Come on. That band singing emo sucks. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's great. That, I feel vindicated. Straylight Run, end it.
When the sun came up, we were sleeping. There were moments when.
Okay, all right. I think I see. We're talking about communication. Like, we don't talk to each other, but we're all going the same place. We're all riding the same train. We're traveling. We're moving forward together, baby, but we don't talk. If we just took the time to listen to one another, then maybe we could all sing Straylight Run songs. And wouldn't that be something I want people to know out there? I want you to know how important that is to me. Be on any song be on any music video or band, the one thing that gets me the most nostalgic in this world is a sidekick. I long for the days I could just flop open a keyboard. I knew all the shortcuts. And when you want to scroll through things, you had a little roller ball. That was fun. This particular one is the sidekick slide, which moved upwards. I personally had this flip. It was like a flipper. It would just go. I long for a time when we could communicate with actual physical keyboards. Oh, I can turn the volume up and down from here. That's fun. Let's crank this boy up. I'm sorry, I don't care how important it is. It's boring. It was boring. That song was boring. We watched 10 music videos together. That's exciting and fantastic for you or me. I don't know if you got any enjoyment. If you got enjoyment out of this video, please tell me below. What's your favorite aspect of my birth? Please tell me below. Mine is, I see it as more of a tragic day, a day of remembrance. But I appreciate everyone for being here to talk about the music with me, to watch the videos of the yesteryear, of the time that has passed, of Christmas past. So thank you for doing this. My name is Grace. Hopefully I said something insightful about these bands that maybe you heard of or you haven't heard of. Most of them don't exist anymore. That's probably why. Good birthday. Good birthday in the bag. Are we still playing? Is Silverstein still playing? What are you doing? I'm done with you. I think I want Hello Goodbye to play us out. Hello Goodbye. You can do the outro. That's fitting. That's fitting. Wait, was Hello Goodbye fueled by ramen?